Hi guys, I am here with another Copic coloring and card tutorial. Today I am coloring Mermaid Amara, which is a brand new stamp from the Paper Nest Dolls. I have links in the description and on my blog to all the supplies I'm using for these cards, including direct links to these stamps that I'm using. But I'm going to leave you here with some music while I'm coloring, and I will be back while I'm doing the card. And here is the start of the card. I'm using paper from Collectible Remarkable by My Mind's Eye. And this is the kind of base that I'm using. It kind of looked like waves, so I thought it could be a good background pattern paper. I'm using a green cardstock to coordinate with this because I thought it looks quite cool, and you'll see later I find out to do other things too. So I'm cutting these down. This is supposed to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So you will see that I actually correcting this while I'm cutting there. And the bottom paper of it is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is the kind of base of the card. And this is where I kind of needed to stop and collect myself, because she's a pretty good big image, and onto this I really felt it needed a lot more. So I went to all my boxes and I found this little die. It's actually holly die, but I thought, well, we can make some seaweed out of this. I chose to cut out 2 of them, but I still thought it needed something darker at the bottom, so I'm adding a little bit of a kind of a border at the bottom with a little bit of a darker paper from the same paper pack. And there I'm trying to untangle them. They tangle all the time. And here I'm putting out all of these about how I want them to look, just to see if it would look great. Of course, we need a little sentiment. We're using this card as a One Big Hug by Simon Says Stamp, and I am stamping that in Versamark ink. First I'm using my little embossing powder tool because I'm going to heat emboss this. I love heat embossing sentiments. They kind of stand out in a whole other way that they would do otherwise. So I'm stamping it in Versamark, and then I am going to cover this in some Hero Arts white embossing powder, which is one of my favorite whites because it's a very fine white, so it gives you very crisp sentiment. I'm cutting the sentiment down to 3/8 of an inch, so it's just a thin little border. It is 4 inches long, so it's just gonna go right over the card. Then we're just putting the card together. I'm using my tape runner from Craft's Companion, and I am layering all of the layers together. And my tape runner it's a little bit old, so it's starting to clog a little bit, but it works, still works, and it's sticky, and that's what we want. When I have layered all of those, first I'm measuring with my little mermaid so that I get the sentiment not too low, because I don't want her head to cover the sentiment. Then I'm using some SIG 2-way glue pen on the back side of all of those leaves and branches. I really like these glue pens because they give just enough glue, and that means that I don't get glue all around the image and there's nothing sticking where it shouldn't. It's just glue all over the little teeny tiny branches. I'm going to put these branches off the page so that you can see, so they have different height to give a little bit more dimension, and so that you don't see that I'm using 2 of the same, or not see it as much anyway. So I'm putting one pretty high and one pretty low, and then I am going to go in and I'm going with my scissor. I'm going to cut off one of the little branches there, which would otherwise overlap, and I didn't want them to overlap this time. And then I'm going in with the scissors and cutting off the things that hang out from my page so that I get a simple and good card. I'm actually going to use those scraps a little bit later. Then I'm putting some 3M foam tape on the back side of my little mermaid, and after peeling those off, I am putting her on top of the card. As she is swimming, I don't have to ground her, so it can be floating, but it's supposed to be water. And then I'm just using the tape runner again to adhere this to a standard A2 card. The card base is made from Nina 100 pound or something, I think it's called, which is a good sturdy card base. But we're going to do the inside today. We are taking some of that blue light paper and just a little strip. It's 3/4 inch by 5 3/8, and we're gonna add that on the inside just to give that inside a little bit of extra without actually making the card too bulky. And the reason why I wanted to add something on the inside was that I found that I had a couple of branches left that I thought would work awesome with this. So I have added some of that glue onto those 2 branches, and I'm adding those to the card, and that is the card for today. I hope you liked it, and if you do, please thumbs it up, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below. Down below you can find, as I said, all of the information, links to all of the supplies used. So thank you again, and I'll see you later. Bye!